I have the privilege of speaking on behalf of coalition of civil society leaders brought together by concerted effort of Social Action Nigeria, Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, the African Center for Media and Information Literacy, AFRI, Stakeholders Democracy Network, Port Harcourt, Civil Rights Council, Praxis Academy, and other several civil society organizations that are not here but endorse this move. We are here to address a matter of profound urgency and significance. The proposed divestment of Shell from Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited, SPDC, in the Niger Delta. This divestment, which involves transfer of Shell stakes to the Renaissance Consortium, presents us with a critical moment that could shape the future of Niger Delta and its people for generations to come. The Niger Delta, as many of you are aware, has borne the brunt of environmental degradation and social injustices for decades, a direct consequence of the oil exploitation and production activities in the region. The planned divestment by Shell, without comprehensive resolution of these long-standing issues, poses an acceptable risk to the region's ecological integrity and the well-being of the consortium itself. So what we are saying is that there's no way Shell that have destroyed the environment, destroyed the livelihood of people in Niger Delta, will simply want to, leave the country without being held to account for its activities and transfer all this wrongdoing to another consortium to continue to do that. So that is why we are concerned and worried. And the federal government need to understand that there's no way multinational corporation will be coming to Nigeria to dump and destroy the environment and get away just like that, leaving the communities in poverty, in completely devastated condition, without holding that company to account for its activities against the people and communities in Niger Delta. In response to this critical situation, our coalition, representing a broad spectrum of civil society organizations and community leaders, has submitted a joint petition to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This petition, endorsed by several signatories, call for an immediate halt to Shell divestment plans until a transparent, inclusive, and just review process is undertaken. This is the demand we are making to the President of Nigeria. If they so care about Niger Delta, if they so care about the human beings, if they so care about the livelihood of the people in the Niger Delta, therefore, they cannot just simply, because of seeking favor or because of making some little change from this company, to just allow them to get away without being accountable for their action. Our demands are clear and grounded in the principle of justice, sustainability, and community welfare. This is the ground in which we are actually demanding and asking that this divestment should be stopped until proper review is carried out. So, these demands include: 1, immediate suspension of the divestment process. We insist on stopping Shell's divestment until there is a thorough review that addresses environmental and social legacies of Shell operation in Nigeria. Number 2, accountability and transparency. Shell must be held to account for its historical, environmental, and social impact in the region. We demand a clear and transparent process that ensures accountability and remediation before any transfer of ownership. Number 3, strengthen regulatory framework. We call upon the Nigerian government to impose robust regulatory measures to protect the rights and interests of the Niger Delta communities during and after this divestment process. Number 4, community-centric approach. The voices and concerns of the impacted communities must be at the forefront of the divestment process. We advocate for fair compensation, meaningful engagement, and concrete commitment to remediation. We don't want to, promises that will never see the light of, the day. We want a concrete remediation plan that will mitigate, the devastation that the Niger Delta people and community have suffered over several years as a result of shell activities in the region. It is absolutely necessary that this is done, in consultation and involvement with the community leaders in Niger Delta. We don't want a situation whereby some government official will just sit down with the shell to negotiate for themselves, leaving the people to continue to suffer the impact of the environmental degradation and the livelihood that have completely turned the Niger Delta communities into a very sorrow situation. Number 5, environmental restoration funds. We, Civil Society Coalition, we are proposing the establishment of a fund contributed by Shell dedicated to the environmental restoration and sustainability development of the Niger Delta, managed transparently with active community involvement. Managed effectively with active community involvement. We don't want people who will come to Abuja to sit down and negotiate a deal that is not fair, that will not lead to alleviating the suffering of the Niger Delta communities who have over years, over decades, suffered in the hands of activities of oil companies, particularly Shell. So we want them to contribute money that will be transparently address the environmental and ecological problems in the Niger Delta community. In the Niger Delta community, as a result of these activities, hospitals, functional hospitals are not there. Schools are not also there for primaries and secondary school, that is well equipped are not there as a result of these activities of the Shell. We also noted that even water, drinking water is not also there, is contaminated. So therefore, there must be dedicated funds contributed largely by Shell to ameliorate this. And also, in administering these funds, there must be, transparency in the manner in which these funds will be managed. It cannot be taken by the so-called, representative, and then, the communities are languishing, continue to languish and suffer in problems. We want and we are insisting that these funds must be handled in the utmost transparent process. Number 6, National Principle for Responsible Divestment. We urge the adoption of comprehensive principle to guide the divestment process, ensuring it adheres to highest standard of transparency, inclusivity, and accountability. So this is an opportunity for Nigerian government to develop a very robust divestment process for not only Shell, but any other multinational corporation that is also based in Nigeria that want to quit. There must be a proper, comprehensive plan that will ensure and guarantee that the company did not leave liability, especially that affect the human rights and the community rights of the people where they operated. You cannot just come, take all the resources, destroy the environment, decapacitate the people, and then leave the country. And because you have some people who are not patriotic within the authority, they will just say, okay, it's fine, because they are allegedly settled. We will not accept that. Our gathering here today is not a mere formality. It is a resolute call to action. The stakes are high, and the implication of Shell divestment extend far beyond the immediate transaction. It is about securing a sustainable just, and equitable future for Niger Delta community, a future where environment is restored, communities are compensated, and social justice are addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand united in our commitment to Niger Delta, and we will continue our advocacy until our demands are met and the region witness the dawn of a new era of environmental restoration and social justice. We want to use this opportunity to thank you, and we urge you to collaborate with civil society until justice is done. The media is known for promoting justice. The media is known for demanding for accountability. The media is known for helping to educate, sensitize the communities and the general public. So therefore, our partnership with you today is to also ensure that we achieve this collective interest, collective responsibility. We are not here for any personal gain. We are here because human rights are involved. We are here because environmental rights are involved. We are here because people's livelihoods have been destroyed. We are here because we need to ensure that we mainstream social justice and accountability in our country. This is the reason why we come. If you notice, none of us here is from Niger Delta. She's from Northeast. I am from Northwest. He's from the North Central, Kwara. He is from, he's the only person from Niger Delta. But the rest of us are not from Niger Delta, but we are interested in social justice. We are interested in accountability. We don't need to come from a particular zone for us to speak for the rest of our brothers and sisters who are suffering from injustice. That is why we, as patriotic, responsible, patriotic Nigerians, we want to make sure that any issue that affects our fellow Nigerian, we will speak out for it, and we will demand for justice and restoration of social justice wherever those injustices are affected. I will now hand over microphone to my colleague, Jaya Gaskia, to add one or two things before we ask you to ask questions. Thank you.